What's up, guys? Chase Cat 5IRE here, and for the last few years that I've had my amateur radio technician's class license, I've really only used 2 meter and 440, most of that being on analog and digital modes. Really, DMR pretty much has taken up most of my interest for the last few months. But that's actually going to change today because I'm going on a little adventure, which is why I'm actually in my car right now. So let's get into the video. So I got a couple stops I gotta make. I gotta go pick up something from Home Depot first to build my antenna for HF. And then after that, we're gonna go out to Ham Radio Outlet in Plano, Texas. So let's go. Well, I was about to leave, but I just got a notification on my phone that apparently my Amazon package, which just happens to be my power supply and my SO239 connectors, is actually right around the corner. God, I love Amazon sometimes. All right, I got my packages. Let's roll. Got pretty much everything I needed from the hardware store for the antenna build, so let's roll. All right, I just pulled up here at Ham Radio Outlet here in Plano, Texas. Let's go inside and get this FT-891. All right, so I'm here at Ham Radio Outlet in Plano, Texas, and I just got done buying my FT-891. So let's get this thing home and get it set up. And just for safety, go. Alright, everything's all here. I've got my FT-891, my power supply, and everything else, and the stuff to build my antenna, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. But while I'm getting everything all set up, I'm going to enjoy some delicious tacos al pastor. This is real tacos right here, folks. So I guess tonight it's going to be a night of HF and tacos. So I guess the first thing that I'm actually going to open up is going to be my VTech power supply. I don't know what that is. Some kind of mounting bracket or something. I don't know what to figure out what that is. Already one-handed, so yeah, this is it in the wrapper. This was only like, I don't remember, I think it was like 80 bucks maybe. This is pretty cheap. A good friend of mine recommended this to me, so figured I'd try it out. And yeah. So that's it, the VTech, I don't even know what that's it, the VTech RPS 30M. So should be plenty to power my 891. So I'm about to start working on my antenna. I'm just going to do a 10 meter dipole antenna. And the antenna that I'm actually going to build is based off of one that was a video that I watched that was Byte K8MRD. A few months ago, and I really like that antenna build, so that's the one I'm going to build for my 891. But before I go start doing any soldering, I'm going to finish these tacos real quick because soldering and tacos just doesn't really sound good together. Alright, so when I went to Walmart earlier, I couldn't find any 88-cent cutting boards, but I did find this pack of 4 colored ones. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. I think mine's going to be a little bit flimsier than Mike K8MRD's was. I mean, because that's kind of what it is. And then on one side, it's textured. I don't know if you can see that. It's textured on one side, and the other is nice and smooth. But, I mean, I think it'll be fine. It makes it a little bit grippier and stuff like that. These are supposed to be cutting boards that I guess don't move or whatever, but whatever. So one thing I do like about the softer, like more flexible cutting board, as opposed to the one that Kilo 8 MRD used in his video, I was able to just cut this with just a pair of kitchen scissors, and I mean it was a lot of pretty clean cuts for what I'd expect out of cutting plastic material with it. But on his video, he had to use a cutoff wheel, and I didn't have to break mine out, thankfully, for this. So that's just something that I thought I'd mention, was with the more flexible cutting board material, the plastic, it's a little bit easier to cut than having to break out the death wheel. Alright, so this is what I came up with as the main body of the antenna. As you can see, I've got holes about every ½ inch on the sides, and then here in the center, that's where I'm going to put my SO239. This dot here is going to be just a place where I can hang it, so I'm going to drill all these holes out now that I've got it cut out. And again, it's going to fit the back of the SO239, has to go through there, so I got to make the hole big enough. I think it's probably going to be about an 11/16 on this step bit, but yeah. Go ahead and get this started. So yeah, as you can see, this material's super flexible and it took a lot of time to drill through it. There's the hole where the Yaesu FT-891 is going to go, and you can see it has like all of this here on the bottom. I'm going to have to cut that off with my knife or something like that, but yeah, that's what you get when you have this more flexible material. It's not really silicone, I don't know what it is, it's just a really flexible plastic, but that's what's left over again. So I'm going to drill out the rest of the holes now. Alright, that's all the holes drilled out. I was actually able to do it just in time because my drill died. But yeah, so that's what's left. I still got to drill 2 more holes at least for the mounting of the Yaesu FT-891. But I mean, I'll do those here in a minute. But yeah, that's what it'll look like. I still got to cut the excess stuff off too. Alright guys, so I've basically just been kind of filming this video over the last few days. I got the radio on Monday and it's now Thursday, so I've had the radio about 4 days. I've really just been playing around with it for the last almost week now. Just trying to get it set up and stuff like that. Basically, I've got the 891 set up over here. Can't really see the screen. There we go. It's kind of flickering, I know that, but it's kind of hard to film. But yeah, I got it set up, and I've just been kind of messing around on FT8 for the last few days, just trying to get figured out how FT8 works. And as you can see, I've got WSJT loaded up on the computer right now, and I've got grid tracker going along with it as well. I made one contact yesterday on FT8. 10 meters FT8 yesterday, but he was in the same grid square as me, so I'm not sure if I'm having like antenna issues or what, but I mean, as you can see, I'm receiving a ton of stations that are DX, multiple countries and things like that. I just saw a Puerto Rico station on there somewhere. I think it was this Whiskey Papa 4, Papa November Tango. I think he was a Puerto Rico station. I tried to get him, but it didn't, I guess he couldn't hear me, so I don't know what's up with my signal. I'm not sure what's up. I've been having high SWR, which I tuned the antenna when I built it, and I tuned it, and it was at about S1, and now it's like SWR 3 when I tried it last night, so I don't know what's going on with my signal now, with my antenna now, but with that being said, I'll show you guys kind of my antenna setup real quick. Alright guys, this is what I got going on right now. This is my antenna setup. It's a 10 meter dipole. You can see these are the radiating elements right there. They go down and they're just on the rails right now. So I'm not sure how much that's actually affecting it being close to the rails, the radiating elements. Both sides are attached to the rails. And as you can see, it's got these like insulating elements at the end of it. Same thing that he did in his video. And I just have it tied off with zip ties, and again it just goes back up to the main element of the antenna up here, and it's just running off of like 100 feet of coax, which I have just kind of draped down off the balcony right there. And I didn't do much showing me building the actual antenna. I know I put a couple things in there, but I'm not going to show the complete build just because it's not my design. So if you want to see how to actually build this antenna yourself, just go watch Mike Cade MRD's video. I'll put it somewhere down below. I think his video was much better than mine, and it's his idea, so I'm not going to rip him off. Alright, and that's pretty much the end of the video. Really, this video wasn't about necessarily teaching anything in this video. It was more so just kind of showing me, a technician, getting on HF, and just kind of, you know, I just wanted to document it. I thought it'd be fun to show people that I'm embarking on a new journey in amateur radio, and hopefully we can all follow along with each other, and we can all learn something together, because that's really what I want this channel to be about, is learning things together. Alright, so I just worked a station in Puerto Rico actually on my antenna setup, so I changed the setup a little bit. I'll show you guys that here in just a second, but here is what I worked. I worked them on FT8. It's going to be Whiskey Papa 4, Papa November Tango. Worked him. That's a Puerto Rico station, so just thought that was pretty cool. I'll go show you guys the setup real quick. Alright, like I said, I made some changes to this antenna setup, so basically what I did was I moved the one of the legs of the dipole to the edge of the building siding over here, and then the other one's just kind of like on the other siding over there. Didn't change anything as far as my center element. I don't know what that's exactly called, but yeah, then the coax cables just kind of drooped down. So it's pretty cool. I guess that's my first DX contact. I'm not sure if Puerto Rico is considered a DX since it's part of the US, but it's not the continental US. So I think that's the furthest I've ever reached on HF so far. So pretty cool, guys. And one more thing too, I was able to actually bring my SWR down when I moved the elements over to the siding and all that. So it's crazy, just more work in progress, just playing around, and let's see what else I can get out there. And more or less, I think this video is just kind of become at this point just me experimenting and just showing you guys a new ham getting into HF, and just kind of showing how exciting it really is to get on HF. I didn't know that it was actually going to be this exciting, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. I'm enjoying it so far, and I haven't made any HF phone contacts yet. That'll be coming down the road. My signal's pretty weak right now, but I'm making FT8 contacts, so you know, weak signal's pretty fun right now. But yeah, see what else is out there. 73 guys.